Hello, everyone. I'm Ryan Anthony, host of the Truth That Heals podcast. And it's been a while since I've done a solo episode. I've really just taken so much time in doing interviews, and I have neglected a piece of me that I feel needed some more attention, and that is to have some quiet time, some time for me to think, time for me to evaluate where I want to go with the podcast. And for a while it was really quiet for me as a podcaster. And so for the longest time I was just uploading podcast interviews, and I love doing that. I love interviewing people, but it was just me, like, just putting them out there. And over time, I just needed to take a break from interviewing so many people because while it's cool, I love doing it. At the same time, I have to really be intelligent as a podcaster, and I have to be intelligent in knowing and listening to myself, to my body, to my mind, to my heart. And so I kind of took a break, but first, I interviewed like so many people, and I still am trying to edit these episodes. But after interviewing so many people at the end of last year and at the beginning of this year, it was a time for me to pause. And besides editing the episodes, I wasn't doing any new interviews. So it was a time for me to really focus on what it is that I want to do. And what I want to do is I want to find joy in the work that I'm doing. And yeah, the To the Hills can be freaking like super deep and like, damn, like, wow, you're talking about this stuff? Like, wow. All right. I guess we're gonna go there today in this episode. But there's more to it than that. I really want to find joy even in the editing process. And something that I've really it's just it bothers me because I wish I were perfect sometimes. I wish, or not that I were perfect, but that the podcasting, that everything would be nice and easy. But even while I go editing and I look back, it's like, damn, I make so many mistakes as a podcaster. I've made so many mistakes. And I think that part of it comes from having too many guests all at the same time, all like in one, like in a short period of time. And it's not the guest's fault. I feel like uh, because I have so many guests, I cannot prepare questions properly, or I cannot even prepare myself to conduct the interview in the way that I wish it can be. So, really, it really brings to mind the need for me to slow down, but not to stop. And for each episode, finding joy in creating them, because it was like the deadlines, and I have to have the episode ready by this day. And while deadlines are good, at the same time, it was taking away from the quality. I have a quantity, but it was taken away from the quality on my part as a podcaster, as a interviewer. And also by these past few months of really just looking back at older episodes, it really brings awareness to me on how I have messed up as an interviewer, as a marketer. And it's good to really look back and just not be critical, not be harsh on myself, but be real. Like, hey, look, Ryan, this is what you are producing. This is what you're making. How do you want to go forward? How can you improve? These are some of the mistakes you've made. Now, now that you are more aware, okay, now let's have less interviews. And it will really, it's hard because I love interviewing people. I love talking, but also it's an eye opener that, how do I want this podcast to flow? And so, during this time of like taking the break and taking things slow, I'm also realizing that there's just so much creativity in me. I think that sometimes it takes a break, it takes a pause, it takes deep breaths, sometimes even journal writing, silence for me to realize that, wow, there's something that I have, there's something that other people have, there's something that we all have, and that is creativity. But how am I going to access it? Well, I don't know. But over this time, I've just had so many ideas. I have just so many ambitions, and that is for this podcast, not just the podcast, but for me to grow, for me to, I don't know. I mean, like as a cult survivor, I think that a part of me feels like a failure just because that had been just, indoctrinated on the members, and I don't want to feel like a failure. But the thing that I want to get out there is that by me doing this podcast and even by taking my breaks, I feel that I'm finding purpose in life, and it's just so crazy. It's like, wow, I never imagined, I never saw myself as being a podcaster. I never saw myself as someone interviewing people who have written books, people who have written memoirs, and in this silence, it really just amazes me how how life keeps going. Because once you leave the cult, it feels like life is over. That's it. You're done. You failed. You're a loser. That's it, man. And here I am, even and my podcast isn't like wow, huge. There's not no 10 million followers. Sometimes there's zero listeners. And that's okay. It's like I find purpose in doing this. And so, well, what I want to talk about today isn't just the need for me to take a break and for me to really find myself. What I want to talk about is that going forward, I have so many things that I want to tackle on the Facebook, on the YouTube, on the Instagram. Well, Instagram, to be honest, has been a pain in the butt. I'm struggling with the algorithm. I find more connections on TikTok. Things are getting better there. Instagram is like I feel like, ah, man, it's dying a bit. At least for me, my productivity is going down big time on Instagram. But what I wanted to say is that I feel that there's just so many ideas running through my mind, running through my heart. So one of the things that I've been doing on Facebook is been I've been sharing my weight loss journey. I'm on the road to 154 pounds. And so you're going to see me posting more on Facebook about that journey here on the Truth to Heals podcast, on the podcast on Spotify. I'm thinking about focusing more on like the true crime, bringing awareness to certain stories, but also having inspirational stories of people who have something inspiring, and still continuing with the interviews. And I'm even thinking about for the Spotify having, or maybe for the YouTube. So see, you see, I'm always like all over. I'm trying to figure out like which platform, where can I put my content best? Like which on which platform would it suit best? But I'm also thinking about having a segment for uh, interviewing people who have been on a fitness journey, because I'm on that journey, and it's like, part of me is like, well, you can't mix it up. I mean, you are a cult survivor. You can only talk about cults. Well, I'm also on a healing journey. I'm also on a weight loss journey. I'm also on a fitness journey. I'm also going to talk about it. It's like I'm not going to be ashamed about uh, what I post. I need to really find joy in it. And since weight loss, fitness is something that I'm far from perfecting, I'm like super far, but I'm on the road, I'm on the journey. You know what? Let's do a segment on fitness. So I'm going to start doing a segment on fitness, and I'm excited. And I even started a second podcast on creativity. It's still very, very new, very low episodes. It's called Creativity Worth Expressing. But you see, I just wanted to share how important it is to know oneself, know one's goals, and to freaking go for it. Because for the longest time I've been wanting to do like more things, and I just stayed put in interviews, and that's fine. Interviews are cool, but that's not where I wanted to stay. It's like I wanted to grow. But then also there's like that fear, well, maybe I'll lose followers, or maybe people will be turned off. Sometimes episodes have zero listeners. So it's like just go for it. And if people listen, great. If people don't, great. It's okay. I just want to find joy. And I'm sharing this because I hope that you, the listener, whatever it is that you're doing, that you find joy in the work that you do. And if you don't, maybe take a break. Maybe try to find time to evaluate what you want to do with your life and with your project, whatever it is. But hey, that's all that I'm going to share for today. Stay tuned because I have more episodes like this where I'm going to be more like a solo speaker. I have more episodes of interviews with inspiring people, also bringing awareness to certain issues, talking more to cult survivors, and of course, the segment that I'm going to bring about the healing, the fitness journey. So that's it for today. I hope you all have a good day. Please feel free to subscribe to my Spotify, and I have a YouTube channel. Go ahead and subscribe over there. Have a good day, y'all. Peace.